55 games played, 178 solo tackles, 438 total tackles, 1 special linebacker, gone. How on earth will Ohio fill the canyon-sized gap that Noah Keller has left behind?
I mean, I think the biggest part about his loss was the leadership role. Him and Eric Benjamin were both in the room and on the field just helping out everyone, telling the corners, the safeties, and even the D linemen where to line up.
Keller was the glue that held Ohio's defense together, the fuel in its gas tank. The Nebraska native led the Bobcats in tackles in 2008 and 2009, suffered a season-ending injury in 2010, and still came back last season stronger than ever to lead the team in tackles for a third time.
I think it just kind of goes to show just kind of my, love for the game. I'm diligent and I'm tough, and I think those are all 3 qualities that make a good football player.
His pro day numbers would have placed him in the top 5 of all inside linebackers who participated in the NFL Combine, had he been invited to Indianapolis. Still, the team he left behind has no choice but to play without him this season, and the Cats absolutely believe they're capable of doing so.
Noah was a great guy and a great player, and he knew this defense inside and out. But in all honesty, I mean, football's a team sport. If we all do our responsibilities, then we'll be absolutely fine.
The trio of Alfonso Lewis, Jelani Wosley, and Keith Moore will likely assume the leadership roles on the linebacking corps. Lewis finished 3rd on the team in total tackles with 64, Wosley finished 5th with 53, and Moore opened the eyes of the coaching staff by finishing 4th in sacks with 2.5.
The good thing was Keith Moore, who was a walk-on coming into last season, we didn't know what to expect out of him, had a fantastic year, became our 3rd down linebacker, middle linebacker, so spent a lot of time in there, and so we feel good about him coming back.
Really Jelani is the only returning starter. A lot of us are still young, and I think for what they threw at us, we're learning, and we're all, improving every day.
We're just getting the plays back, getting back. I mean, it's starting that ending spring now. We just got the plays down packed, working on the chemistry.
When you combine improving chemistry with the fire of competition, it's a recipe for success. Sure, Wosley and Lewis saw plenty of time on the outside last season, but it's clear that no position is guaranteed.
The 2 outside guys that came in that are coming back, they're not. They're working hard, and to me, those guys have earned the right to be in the number 1 spot, and it's up to somebody else to take that spot over. But nothing's locked. Those guys are always competing every day.
There are an ample amount of young guns just itching to see the field. Among the top candidates are Blake Jones, Ben Russell, Joe Stefanski, and Javon Johnson. Jones and Stefanski were limited in action last season, while Russell donned a red shirt and Johnson played his senior year at Solon High School. So who does the run-stopping sensei pick as his dark horse out of this pool of budding talent?
I think the one guy that might end up surprising people is Blake Jones. He played pretty much this DN last year, but he's one of those guys that I think he's got a motor to him. Hope the best for him.
And just like Ohio's young linebacking core, Keller is looking to surprise some people himself. But no matter where he ends up, number 47 made 1 point crystal clear.
The one thing that everyone always says that I like is, once a Bobcat, always a Bobcat. So it's going to be different, not being able to, be here, but I'm going to follow the team as much as I can. I'm still always going to be a very proud alum.